Hello YouTube, it is Monday the 27th of September. I'm Glenn Jones, this is my son
Hello.
Thomas. We represent Life Changing Journey. I have not got COVID-19. Yes, you heard that, guys, straight from the horse's mouth. I have not got COVID-19. I've had two PCR tests. Both of them have come back negative. Thomas unfortunately did have COVID-19. Yeah. He's now, well, I would say he's now, he's 10 days after his test.
Yeah.
After he's tested positive.
It's over.
It is now over as from today. He did get the symptoms before that, so he's probably about 15 days away from his symptoms started.
Yeah, I'd say my symptoms started near enough 3 weeks from today. I'd say it was the beginning of September, I know that.
No, they started on the Tuesday 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks tomorrow.
So 14 days tomorrow.
Yeah.
His symptoms actually started.
And the thing is, they started and I had 5 of them tests and then they all came back negative. Then obviously stuff happened, then I took a PCR and then it came back positive. Which then lateral flow should tell you that you're positive. They shouldn't be bloody faking that you're not.
Well, they don't fake, do they?
Well,
it's not a fake, is it? It's not a fake, it's just something's not quite right with them tests. I think they need to look into these tests a bit more.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
I think there need to be some sort of checking on these tests, on how accurate these tests actually are.
Yeah.
Maybe they are accurate. Some of them are. Maybe some of them aren't. I'm not sure. Not sure how they work. But what I do know is Thomas had 5 negatives. He has a PCR and it comes back positive. So how accurate actually are they?
Yeah, exactly.
Was the PCR actually accurate?
Yeah.
Or not? Who knows? What I do know, what I can tell you is, I live with Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas has had it now. It's now 14 days, sorry, since he had the symptoms.
Yeah.
It is, we believe where it came from. It is 16 days because he did go into contact with somebody that was tested positive.
Yeah.
2 days before he got symptoms. So we're talking 16 days ago he actually came in contact with somebody that tested positive.
Yeah.
A day after he was in contact with them. Then he started getting the symptoms. So now these symptoms, now he's had his positive, which was 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. Since he's first started the symptoms, and I haven't tested positive. I'm living in the same house, and whether that is because I've had both of my jabs and because I'm fully vaccinated, it hasn't affected me. I am not sure. I'm not sure how this works. I think I'm the same as most people. We're no medical experts, but I'm the same as most people is we don't really know. And to be honest with you, I don't think the government really knows, and I don't think that the medical staff even know the full story of this COVID-19.
No.
I think there's so much to learn about it. All we can do is put our experiences out there so we can sort of gather information from each and everybody's experience.
Yeah.
If there's anybody out there that have had some sort of experience with COVID, leave us a message and tell us your experience. That would be quite handy.
Yeah, let us know if yours was bad or was yours just not as bad as most people.
Yeah, I mean Thomas wasn't bad.
I wasn't that bad. The only problem I had was the loss of taste and smell. That's the only thing I had.
You didn't really feel ill, did you?
No, I didn't feel ill. I just couldn't taste or smell. I just had like the same symptoms as a common cold.
Yeah.
I just had a blocked nose and I could barely taste.
Yeah.
I could taste certain stuff, but not everything.
But there was no fever there.
No, there was no fever.
No aches and pains.
Nothing like that. No.
No.
No coughing or nothing like that. If I was coughing, it wasn't a dry cough.
No.
No, it wasn't continuous either.
I actually fell ill during this period. Last week I fell ill. I think Tuesday I was feeling pretty run down, and then Wednesday I felt really ill.
Yeah.
But I couldn't put my finger on what it was. It wasn't a fever. It wasn't a cold. It wasn't a flu. It wasn't anything like that. It was just absolutely run down to the ground. I just felt so tired internally. Not tired, yawning tired, or I need a bit of sleep. It didn't feel like that. It felt an absolute run down, absolutely shockingly tired.
Yeah, I could tell that he was, because normally he's not like that. He's normally awake all the time. He's not normal. He's like, you could tell there was something up.
To be fair, I finished work on Wednesday. I went into work Wednesday morning as normal. I walked out of work feeling pretty run down, and I pretty much went straight to bed. I had a couple of things I needed to sort out over the phone with the NHS and whatever, which I have. Any of you guys that are not sure and have not seen our latest video that we done earlier on Sunday, go back. I'll put it up there now. Go back and have a look at that. That'll show you a bit of our experience of the COVID and the situation that we were in. So, because this is really a follow-up from that.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So, go back and have a look at that. But I actually went to bed on that Wednesday. I pretty much stayed there. I come out when I had to come out, and I went back when I went. You know, I was okay.
Yeah.
I had nothing else to do. Obviously, life still carries on. You still need, bits and bobs. You need things, so you do have to get up. You do have to eat.
Yeah.
You have to try and keep on as normal as you possibly can. But saying that, I was in bed most of Wednesday. I was in and out of bed. If I wasn't in bed, I was on the sofa on the Thursday. Friday, pretty much the same. Excuse me. So there was definitely something wrong with me, but I can't put my finger on it. And it wasn't COVID. I've had 2 PCR tests now, and they've both come back negative. So, it wasn't COVID. So, whatever it was, I'm not sure. But going back to the COVID situation, I've had both of my jabs. I'm fully vaccinated. Thomas has had 1 jab.
Yeah, there's a bit of a funny thing that happened after my first one. Before my first one, I never used to have like a lot of mucus in my throat or in my nose. But ever since I've had the first one, I've got a lot of like phlegm in my nose and all that. And I can just feel it always there. Before, I'd never used to have it.
No.
I don't know if it's because of the jab or is it because of the changing of the seasons or what.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. Time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell, yeah.
You've got your second jab coming in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I to be fair, since I've had my second jab, or since I even had my very first jab actually, I do feel a little bit tired, I get up very early in the morning.
He does, yeah.
And I stay in work. I do quite a few hours, and it doesn't bother me. It never has bothered me. It's like water off a duck's back. It's quite, for me, it feels simple. It feels easier. I don't really easily get tired.
No.
And I seem to be able to work through it. When I do get tired, I seem to be able to work through it and just carry on, and it doesn't really bother me.
No.
I find peace in work as well, which is quite good as well. That's a difficult one to do, but when you're in work and you find your peace, you know. But since I've had the jabs,
He has felt, you can tell he's looked tired as well.
I do just feel a little bit tired, and I'm not sure if it's the jabs that have made me feel this way. But on the other hand, I haven't had this COVID from Thomas, and Thomas is in the same room as me. So, am I fully vaccinated and I'm not going to get it? That's a question to be asked.
Yeah.
Because I have heard stories of people that have had both jabs and they've had it and they've been hit pretty hard. I'm hearing different stories like this. I'm hearing, I know people personally that have had COVID, that have had both jabs.
Yeah.
You know, and they still don't feel right now, even though they've had it. You know, am I lucky? Am I just one of a few? That's another question. I'm not sure. Please, if anybody's got any answers, please give us some answers, because to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I don't think many people are sure, but you know, if we can get together and gather information between us of our own experiences, between what we've experienced, between what you've experienced, what your friends and families experienced, if we can get together and put this information together, we could probably build up our own picture instead of hearing it from the government or on the news or anything like that. You know, maybe we could build up our own picture and get our own answers, you know, our own way. You know, but all I can tell you is I've had both jabs. I haven't caught this off of Thomas. Thomas has had one jab. He's caught it, but it's been pretty mild.
Yeah, it's been very mild.
You know, is the PCR test accurate? Are these lateral flow tests accurate? I am very sceptical about these tests.
The other thing like Dad pointed out the other day is as well, with a PCR, do they, because of the numbers of the COVID, for people over the seasons to have a lockdown, do they put positive tests when you're negative, or do they do negative tests when you're positive?
It's an interesting question.
It is, yeah.
Are they fixed, or are they actually accurate?
Yeah.
It is an interesting question. We're not suggesting for 1 minute that it's corrupt. We're not saying that for 1 minute. It is a question. You know, have you got any ideas on this? What do you believe? What do you think? It is an interesting question though, because I do believe that there are numbers flying about, which we get here on the news, on the TV. We hear all these figures. You know, so many people are in hospital with COVID. So many people have died with COVID. All of this stuff that we hear, the information that we're being fed, is it actually accurate to what's actually happening? We're not sure, you know, and are we to believe everything that's going on, you know, what we don't see? You know, so when we do our PCR test, when it goes to the lab, is it being tested thoroughly, and are they coming back, are the results coming back negative or positive, or are they actually being fitted and fixed so they can get certain numbers through the door? I'm not sure. I'm not saying and suggesting it is. I'm just asking the question. What do you guys think? You know, just let's get the record straight now. I'm not actually saying that that's what's happening. I'd just like to know what you guys think about this, because I'm not 100% sure on the whole situation.
No, me neither.
And I don't think anybody is.
No one is, because we have no idea of it. I don't think the NHS knows 100% what they're dealing with either.
I don't think they do, to be honest with you. Are we actually being herded into some sort of situation with the government? I'm not sure. You know, there's all these different questions to be asked. There's so much to learn about this. I know one thing. When this first came out, COVID-19, we all thought we were going to catch COVID, we were going to get the flu, and we're going to die. That's what we was herded into believing. but that is not the situation. That is not the situation.
No, it's not at all.
You know, Thomas has had it, and he barely had a cold.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm in the same room as him. This supposed COVID-19 is supposed to spread so quickly. I'm in the same room and living with my son who's had it, and I haven't had it.
The thing is, do you remember back 2 years back in November when you went to the hospital?
Yes. 2 years ago, before COVID was on our island, I had a serious chest infection. I was smoking at the time.
Yeah.
I could barely breathe, and I could say I could barely breathe. I had a temperature which I can tell you now. The doctor took my temperature and she said, "I have to take you. We have to get you an ambulance to take you to the hospital." And I refused blankly to go in the ambulance from the doctors. I said, "My car's outside, I'll go in my car." And I refused blankly. I had to have a little bit of a tussle with the doctor about this because, you know, she told me I must go in the ambulance. My temperature is so high that I could pass out at any time. And she was very worried about my temperature being so high. Now, cut a long story short, I ended up in the hospital. They wanted to keep me there overnight. I ended up sleeping, well, not sleeping, sitting in a chair in the corridor because they had no bed for me. I was feeling very, very ill.
Yeah.
I even turned around and said to Thomas, I should have asked the doctor to come to the house because I was that ill. And that's how ill I was. They put it down to sepsis on the chest, which is a very serious condition.
Yeah, it is.
Very serious. But now, with the knowledge that I've got now on this COVID-19, I have exact symptoms of what they are talking about.
Yeah.
It affected my breathing. I actually thought I had pleurisy because I have had pleurisy before years ago. I actually thought I had that. I had the very same symptoms as that. And everything that went with it is pretty much what they're telling us that you get if you have about COVID. So did I have it in that November? Before it even came on, before they even suggested that it was on this island?
November 2019, wasn't it? So
yeah,
no, it wasn't.
They said it came here in January or February, whatever date it was. But I'm pretty sure that I had it then. Now with the knowledge, I didn't know then. I didn't know what COVID-19 was then. But now we've all been filled with this information and that information about COVID-19. It makes me wonder if that's what I had. So yeah, guys, there's so much to learn about this, and I would like everybody to join in on this and give us your experience and share our experience with each other. You know, just leave it in the messages and share your experience with us, so everybody else can share it with, you know, with their friends and family, so we can build our own picture up.
Yeah.
So we haven't got to be listening to the news and listening to the media and listening to the government. We can build our own picture eventually, you know, on the whole situation. Because it is just baffling. It really is baffling. And I wouldn't like to think in years to come down the line that we've been led to believe something that actually isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I wouldn't like to believe that we've been forced to think this way because of the whole situation when we should have listened. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying by that? You know, some people won't listen because they believe they're being herded into a situation where maybe if they did listen, things would be much better. Yeah. You know, so it's all about trust and knowing the whole situation. If we knew the whole situation properly and fully understood the situation properly, we would know what to do and how to go about it. So yeah, I'm sorry for rambling on a bit, guys, but you know, I think if we could help in any way whatsoever, you know, get to some sort of bottom of this situation, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, it will, yeah.
We just hope that people will get involved with this and help each other out. That would be great if you could. So thanks for listening to us, guys. Thanks for listening to our story. You know, it's not such a fantastic story. No. You know, it's not out of this world story, but it is a story with the experience of what we've had during COVID-19, and I'm sure there's thousands upon thousands of you out there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have lost their lives, a lot of families that are grieving, you know, in different situations to, you know, our experience, you know. So please, if you could, like I say, leave us a message, you know, leave us a thumbs up to let us know that you agree with us, or thumbs down if you don't agree with us, you know. So please, if you could leave us a message and see if we could work or come to some sort of working out of this situation. So thank you again, guys. Any of you haven't subscribed to our channel, please, if you could like and subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. And we'll see you on the next video, which is Sunday.
Weigh-in, yeah.
Yeah, it's weigh-in Sunday, and hopefully we can bring some better, lighter news for you on Sunday. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. We'll see you on Sunday. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.